What up, guys? Bryden and Aaron here. We're taking you behind the song on our album production process for The Preface. This is video number 6, song 7 on the album called Please Say. This one's got a very interesting history, so let's hit it.
Please say that I'm not crazy. Please say that we're not slowing down. Please say that it's not over. Give you my love, 'cause you're all that I want.
You good? Lots of injuries around here. Oh. How did that even happen?
Well, I went to swing my arms up and I got huge hands. We once heard a songwriter say that the art of songwriting is rewriting, and that was definitely the case with Please Say. So we're going to dive into the reasons why we rewrote a lot of it, so let the story begin.
This track began as an idea that I had while we were doing all the writing stuff and production stuff for the Los sessions. We've mentioned that in previous videos. This one, I kind of was after Justin Bieber, Purpose, and Charlie Puth type of vibe. And so I started putting this track together. It really doesn't sound too incredibly different from what it is now. But it's slower. It's slower than it was. Quite a bit slower. And it kind of feels different. Austin definitely took the track and really elevated it. And sometimes when you're writing, you have hooks that come to your mind. And for some reason, this is the hook I had. But you cheated on me. But you cheated on me. But you cheated on me. That was the original hook that I had.
Cheater!
I know, and I was like, that's really not a Prince Ivan vibe. But it was kind of the idea, and it kind of had that, that little Charlie Puth type of bounce to it.
Dude, were you so angry?
Dude, I was so angry. But no one ever cheated on me. Anyway, so originally, Cheated on Me was the work in progress name for the track. But that never was really what it was going to be from a writing standpoint. I had a lot of fun putting it together, spent a lot of time on it, and put it into the whole folder, showed it to Carlos, and he really liked it. Aaron liked it. Brandon Mashburn liked it, who was in the sessions with us as well. And so we decided, hey, let's try to write to it.
During the sessions with Los, the name of the song that he came up with was Running Out of Breath.
Yeah.
And we got a little clip of that original demo here to play. So normally this part is love me, but this is what it was. So there was a lot more space there.
With the space, there's more focus on the instrumental, which was cool. And I mean, honestly, it's a really cool top line, really cool vibe and everything. But when it came down to recording it, we had already done the rest of the songs on the album. This was like one of the last ones we recorded.
And this is a year after the song had been written, so we'd gone through a lot. We more exploratory in our sound. We had even more of a clear vision of what we wanted our album to be.
We didn't feel like this top line matched the rest of the album as well, and so we said, wow, what are we gonna do? We've got this slated to be on the album. Do we just cut a song, or do we rewrite?
So we rewrote it.
That's right, because the art of writing is
rewriting. So we called up our buddy. We called up our buddy Jake Turner, and went up to his house. Just kind of got into the track, and he had some great ideas, of course.
Yeah.
As always, and one of which was "Love Me." we were just like, wow, that's cool. You
Yeah.
know, that sounds special. Basically, I think it was like just 2.5 hours or so.
Yeah.
We wrote
Yeah.
Please Say.
It
And
was the fastest of all the writing processes that we went through. I mean, literally, like start to finish, song was done, and we never rewrote anything on it.
well, except for one thing in the
Nah,
studio
that's
later
true.
on.
Dang, man, he's right.
Oh, yeah. So.
So,
But anyway, that experience with Jake was really great because we felt like this top line with the song was a lot more congruent with our sound
Yeah.
and just the vibe that we were trying to portray.
like the pre-chorus, that the love, like that allowed us to do cool harmony stuff as a duo. It just lent itself more to a duo type of sound, which was good.
Another interesting thing that you might want to know is that we actually sped up the song. So the original demo was at 100 beats per minute, and we sped it up to 105 beats per minute. It just kind of helped with the overall feeling. Yeah, it just felt right.
Yeah, and that's just like a production songwriting tip in general. Getting the right key and the right tempo, it really matters a lot. I took it and I made like 9 different versions of it and just emailed them. And we, took couple days actually to try to figure out, was it 104? And we were between 104 and 105. And that one little tick, it makes a difference
Yeah.
in the feeling of it.
Totally. Another component to the songwriting, like we mentioned, is when we were finally tracking the new top line, we got to the end of the song, and it didn't feel like the energy was as cool as we felt like we needed it to be. We needed something to kind of put a button on the song. That's when we came up with the hook. Can you tell me that you love me, girl?
Yeah.
Come on, would you love me, girl? I need to know if you love me, girl. Bryden's voice sounds perfect on that, and what was cool is that we were able to incorporate that hook into multiple
Right.
places in the song, the intro, on the pre-choruses, and it just kind of glued the whole thing together.
Yep.
So this was another track where it was written in 2018, and then we rewrote it in 19, and then in the studio we wrote another part. So it was developed over the space of a long time.
We'd heard about that before, but I always thought, man, I'm the kind of guy, I want to get into the studio. It's got to all be done. We got to make sure we know it's tight. The writing was perfect. But sometimes you legit just get in the studio and it's missing something.
Yeah.
And that was weird. But we're like, okay, well, let's write something now. And it worked out great. Because when you're in the energy of the moment, that can be really a great time to make it happen.
Mm-hmm.
We could have said, hey, let's take a step back and go rewrite. But I think it would have been contrived. And we just we felt it. And this is what we need. And it worked out.
Once again, Austin just did a fantastic job on the production.
Yeah.
But one thing that was unique in this situation is that he had 95% of the production done
Yeah.
before the rewrite. This one was kind of out of order because the production was done, and then we rewrote the song, which
Yeah.
is usually not how it goes.
A very kind of non-linear process on this one. So that kind of takes you through the conception, writing, and production process, which again was very non-traditional from the patterns we'd set on the previous songs. That was cool to experience that and to realize that it doesn't have to be a certain way every time. You need to cross all the boxes off eventually, but sometimes box 7 gets crossed off before box 2,
Yeah.
And that's kind of what happened with this. So we got through all that, mixed it, we were ready to release the album.
It's like October-ish of 2019.
We're like, we're done. We listened down the whole album. We just realized that Please Say didn't sound the same as everything else. It wasn't a matter even of quality, it was just a matter of wow, there's a sound here and we need to get it right. I was actually, for the first time, I was pushing, well, not for the first time. Because sometimes, I just want to get it done so we can get it out and move on. But Aaron and I had a talk, and I remember Aaron just said, this is our legacy, bro. We got to get this right. And so we said, okay, sacrifice the time, money, whatever we need to do to get this right. Took it back to mix, tweaked some things, and it came back. And we're like, okay, that works. And then we went to mastering. It was the longest process on mastering. So this song was actually the song that held up the album by almost 3 or 4 weeks.
It was I think a proving grounds for us, and a type for what we might experience later on in our career, because you always want to get things out fast.
Mm-hmm.
It's great to be first, but sometimes first isn't necessarily right. The thing is that when we put the album out, we can't take it back. We've had experiences in the past where we've released something and not been proud of it after the fact. And we did not want to feel this way with the preface. We went back to the drawing board on the mix, got it done, and now we're proud of it. We're super happy with it.
Yeah, a lot of people really love the song, and it has a place. And most importantly, for us, we feel like proud of it, and we had the ability. It was kind of that moment where like, we know we could just put this out, but we also know we could make it right. And to put forward that little bit of extra effort was hard to do, but it was worth it. And we're like, we know better than this. We're not gonna put it out. So we learned our lesson, and we focused on quality, and it makes a difference. So I think the takeaway is, don't settle. Respect and preserve your legacy. Always do the best you can with what you currently know at that point. Would we go back in our career and in our lives and do things differently, knowing what we know now? Yeah. But we can honestly say with this album, we did the best we could with what we knew at that time. And if we follow that pattern, then we'll just continue getting better. And that feels really good. So your legacy matters. What you put out in the world matters. Being quick and being first is cool, but don't settle for less than your best.
So this has been video 6 of the Behind the Songs series, talking about our song, Please Say. We're super proud of it and grateful for the knowledge of the process. Please follow us and subscribe to us on Spotify, YouTube, follow us on Instagram. We love interacting with you guys, and there are some special email offers that you can get by checking the links out below. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you on the next video.
Peace.
Come on.